with another video while it's closed. So let's just jump into the video. So, well, you got it. James Gunn fans, you're at a loss. And I'm surprised to see James Gunn fans actually turn on each other, because you got guys who was fair and balanced like Derek Anderson, that guy Randall, just casual DC fans, and they're like, no, this is not it. At this point, there's no hype here. You guys can run over to Movie Hub Pub's channel and let him blow sunshine up your ass, because he works for the studio. You can go to all these shield channels, but the reality is nobody is watching. That's a 40% drop from the first episode all the way to the last. Where y'all at? I will tell you where a lot of them at. They're probably watching Zack stuff, because that's quality DC content. And at this point, it's like from the first to the last episode, I mean, James Gunn can't keep an audience attention for 30 minutes, 32 minutes, because in the beginning, those episodes was short. And that last episode was just a bunch of crap. You had a 10-minute to 15-minute music sequence. I mean, myself, I was out of it when I seen the Teletubbies in that dimension. I'm like, it's just too much Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not my taste. It's clearly for a mediocre audience. Now, I'm not knocking you if you like this. If you like it, great. But what I'm trying to point out is, it's not enough for you to make this universe a success. People are not watching. They're doing other stuff. They rather do other things than watch Peacemaker. They rather do other things than watch Superman or Creature Commandos. And you have to ask yourself, like, how do these mediocre shows that fail get all these positive reviews? I mean, if you look on Rotten Tomatoes, Superman is at an 83%, Creature Commandos is at a 95%, and Peacemaker 2 is at a 95%. But the viewership doesn't reflect this. The box office doesn't reflect this. And you guys talk about Zack Snyder don't have a fresh tomato as far as his DC films in theaters, but they made more money. They brought in more people. Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League broke records, broke servers. And there's reports to prove that. So, how does James Gunn have all these good Rotten Tomato scores, all these good reviews, but nobody's watching? It doesn't add up. Something has got to be going on to where these critics, like James Gunn, and Grace Randolph pointed that out in other videos. And speaking of Grace Randolph, you heard her out her own mouth, who's a two-faced shield, said after watching the last episode of Peacemaker, her hype for the DCU dropped 40%. She was at a 10 plus when Superman was released, and now she's at a 6. That's a 40% drop, and she's probably at a 6 just to be nice, so she can get her interviews, so she can get access like she always do. And she synced it before everybody. This is crap, you guys. This is crap that James Gunn is trying to force down your throat, that the Shields is trying to hype up, but the viewership ain't there. The box office results ain't there. Superman flop. I'm not saying this. This is the consensus online, that Superman lost money. So, yeah, I told you guys this was going to happen. All they had to do was restore the Snyderverse and let Zack finish his vision and maybe reboot. They're talking about rebooting again. It's like, it ain't working. The Marvel formula ain't working. You have to go back to what worked. Man of Steel didn't get a Rotten Tomato, but it's the highest grossing Superman film. BVS doesn't have a Rotten Tomato, but that did almost 900 million. It almost killed Superman's total box office and their international box office. Does Rotten Tomatoes really matter? Make it make sense. The facts is James Gunn didn't stick the landing. That last episode was supposed to get the audience hype for Supergirl, Clayface, and the next Superman project. And people just tuned out. So that tells you when the film comes out, nobody's not going to be hyped to see this. The only person that's going to be hyping this stuff up is Shiro Rejects, Grace Randolph, and John Campia, Movie Hub Pub, the typical shills. Like, the universe sucked, you guys. But what do you think about this drop? This confirms to me that people ain't interested. If they was interested, if their wallets was open, the views will be higher. The episodes will be charting. The box office will be profitable. But it's not. People's wallets are closed. And it's working. But what do you guys think about this? I mean, it's kind of fun to see James Gunn fans turn on each other. You know, I'm kind of enjoying this. But what do you guys think? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, no Snyderverse, no money. Keep them wallets closed. Peace.